Welcome back. Today's video is all about hidden treasures in your loose change. If you've ever glanced at a humble United Kingdom 2 pence coin and thought it was only worth, well, 2 pence, you might want to think again. Some UK 2p coins are among the most surprising and valuable modern British coins, especially when the right year, condition, and mint era all come together. In this long, detailed guide, we'll count down the top 5 most valuable United Kingdom 2 pence coins, covering different years, conditions, and mint varieties, and explaining exactly why collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1990. At first glance, this small copper-colored coin may seem like ordinary pocket change, but for collectors and numismatics enthusiasts, every coin tells a story. The 1992 pence coin holds historical significance as part of the modern decimal coinage of the United Kingdom, and its value depends heavily on condition, rarity, and collector demand. In today's detailed discussion, we will examine the coin's history, its unique features, rarity especially in damaged or circulated condition, its auction market value in dollars, and helpful tips for collectors. Whether you are an experienced coin collector or just curious about the coins in your collection, this video will give you a complete understanding of the 1990 UK 2 pence coin. The British 2 pence coin was introduced in 1971 as part of the United Kingdom's transition to decimal currency. This transition replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simplified decimal system where 100 pence equals £1. The 2 pence coin became an important part of daily transactions and remains in circulation today. The 1990 version of the coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, featuring her portrait designed by Raphael McLouth, which was used on British coins during the late 1980s and early 1990s. The Royal Mint produced the 1992 pence coin at its Llantrisant facility in Wales. During that year, approximately 204 million coins were struck for circulation, making it a widely produced coin compared to certain rare or limited issue coins. Despite this large production number, collectors still value the coin as part of historical coin sets and year collections. The 1990 issue also represents the continuation of bronze coinage before the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel for 2 pence coins beginning in 1992. This makes the 1990 coin one of the last bronze examples in the early modern era of British decimal currency. The 1990 UK 2 pence coin contains several distinctive characteristics that collectors use to identify and evaluate the coin. The coin is made of bronze, giving it the familiar reddish-brown color commonly associated with British small denomination coins from that era. It weighs approximately 7.12 grams and measures about 25.9 millimeters in diameter, with a smooth edge and round shape. The obverse side of the coin features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael McLouth. The Queen is shown wearing the royal diadem crown, and the surrounding inscription includes her name and royal title. This portrait style is particularly recognizable and was used from 1985 until 1997 on circulating British coins. On the reverse side, the coin displays the famous Prince of Wales feathers badge, designed by Christopher Ironside. This design includes 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, along with the denomination 2 pence. The design symbolizes British royal heritage and remains one of the most iconic coin designs in modern British currency. The detailed feather design and lettering help collectors determine the coin's strike quality and condition, which directly affects its market value. Although the 1992 pence coin was produced in large numbers, its rarity depends mainly on its condition. With over 204 million coins minted, it is generally considered a common circulation coin. However, collectors still seek examples that remain in higher grades or that display unusual characteristics such as minting errors or exceptional preservation. In damaged or heavily circulated condition, the coin loses much of its collector appeal because scratches, corrosion, and worn design details reduce its visual quality and historical integrity. Coins described as fine condition usually show moderate wear but still retain clear design features and readable inscriptions. These coins are still collected, especially by beginners or collectors building date-by-date collections. Interestingly, error coins can significantly increase the value of otherwise common 2 pence pieces. Rare examples struck on incorrect metal blanks or coins featuring unusual coloring or striking mistakes have sold at auction for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. However, these error coins are extremely rare and should not be confused with standard circulation coins from 1990. The market value of a 1990 UK 2 pence coin varies depending on its condition. According to collector pricing guides, standard examples generally range from about 29 cents to nearly $3, depending on preservation quality. A coin in fine condition typically sells for around 40 to 50 cents in the collector market. Coins in better condition, such as extremely fine or uncirculated examples, can reach higher values, with uncirculated coins approaching $3. Auction prices for standard 1992 pence coins remain relatively modest because of their high mintage numbers. However, Coins with unusual minting errors or exceptional grading can command much higher prices. Collectors and auction houses evaluate coins based on strike quality, color preservation, and absence of damage, which can significantly increase their desirability and final sale price. For collectors interested in the 1990 UK 2 pence coin, there are several important tips to remember. First, always examine the coin's condition carefully. Look for clear feather details on the reverse and strong portrait lines on the obverse. Avoid coins that show heavy corrosion or cleaning marks, as these can reduce collector value. Store coins properly using protective holders or coin albums. Exposure to air, moisture, or fingerprints can damage bronze coins and lower their long-term value. Handling coins only by their edges is recommended to preserve their original surface. Research potential minting errors or unusual variations. While rare, these errors can transform a common coin into a highly valuable collector item. Using reputable coin catalogs, auction records, and grading services can help verify authenticity and determine accurate market value. Consider building a complete collection of British decimal coins from different years and designs. Even common coins like the 1992 pence can become valuable when included in full date sets or historical collections. The United Kingdom 1992 pence coin is a fascinating example of modern British coinage. While it is not considered extremely rare due to its large production numbers, it holds historical importance as part of the bronze decimal coin series and features iconic British royal designs. In fine condition, the coin maintains modest collector value, typically selling for under $1, but it remains an important piece for collectors interested in British currency history. As with many coins, condition, rarity, and potential minting errors play crucial roles in determining market value. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1987. At first glance, this coin might appear like ordinary pocket change, especially when found in circulated or slightly worn condition. However, every coin carries a story, and understanding that story can help collectors determine whether a coin is simply common currency or a collectible item with added historical and numismatic significance. In today's video, we will take a deep dive into the background of the 1987 2 pence coin, its design and technical features, its rarity and collector demand, and most importantly, its estimated auction and market value in US dollars. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of whether this coin deserves a place in your collection or remains just a nostalgic reminder of British currency history. The United Kingdom introduced the 2 pence coin as part of its transition to a decimal currency system in 1971. This decimalisation replaced the older pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simpler monetary structure, making everyday transactions easier for the public. During the early years of decimal coinage, the words new pence appeared on the reverse of coins to avoid confusion, but this wording was officially removed in 1982 and replaced with 2 pence, which remained standard by 1987. The 1987 2 pence coin was produced during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and minted at the Royal Mint facility located in Llantrysant, Wales. That year saw a massive production run, with approximately 218 million coins struck for circulation, ensuring that the coin became widely available across the United Kingdom. This large mintage explains why the 1987 coin is generally considered common among collectors today. Nevertheless, the coin still represents an important part of Britain's decimal currency era and reflects the consistent design standards used throughout the late 20th century. The 1987 UK 2 pence coin has several distinctive features that help identify it and make it appealing to collectors. The coin is composed of bronze, containing approximately 97% copper, along with small amounts of zinc and tin. It weighs around 7.12 grams and measures about 25.9 millimeters in diameter, giving it a solid and traditional copper coin appearance. The obverse side of the coin displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Raphael McLouf, which was used on British coins from 1985 through 1997. Surrounding the portrait is the monarch's official inscription, which includes her title and role as the Queen of the United Kingdom and Commonwealth Territories. The reverse side features the famous badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Below the emblem appears the denomination 2 pence, along with the year 1987. The smooth edge and bronze color further define its traditional minting style. These artistic and symbolic elements represent British royal heritage and contribute to the coin's historic value. Despite its attractive design and historical importance, the 1987 2 pence coin is generally classified as a medium or common rarity because of its high mintage numbers. Circulated coins, especially those showing scratches, fading, or surface wear, are typically less desirable among serious collectors. However, circulated coins still hold educational and historical value for beginners entering the world of numismatics. Collectors usually prioritize coins in high-grade or uncirculated condition. That said, circulated coins can still attract attention if they feature unusual characteristics such as minting errors, misaligned strikes, or rare production anomalies. While such errors are uncommon, they can significantly increase the value of otherwise ordinary coins and create strong demand among specialized collectors. Additionally, circulated coins often appeal to collectors who aim to complete date-based sets of British decimal coinage. For these collectors, even worn examples help fill gaps in collections and preserve historical timelines of British currency. The value of a circulated 1987 UK 2 pence coin generally remains modest due to its high production numbers and availability in the collector's market. According to coin value guides and collector price databases, circulated examples typically sell for approximately 22 cents to around 60 cents, depending on their level of wear and preservation. Higher-grade circulated coins may reach close to $1, while uncirculated versions can sometimes approach $3 or slightly more. Auction prices can vary depending on demand, coin grading, and presentation. Coins that appear bright, well-preserved, and free from heavy damage tend to attract slightly higher bids. Meanwhile, coins with visible corrosion, heavy scratches, or discoloration often sell closer to their face value or minimal collector premium. It is also important to note that coins featuring rare minting errors or unusual characteristics can command significantly higher prices. Although such cases are rare, collectors should always examine coins carefully before determining their value. For collectors interested in the 1987 2 pence coin, there are several helpful tips to consider. First, always examine your coin under good lighting and check for unusual details such as double strikes, misaligned designs, or incorrect metal composition. These rare features can transform a common coin into a valuable collectible. Avoid cleaning coins. Cleaning may remove natural toning and damage the coin surface, which can reduce collector value. Many experienced numismatists recommend preserving coins in their original state. Proper storage plays an essential role in maintaining coin condition. Using protective coin holders, capsules, or albums helps prevent scratches, oxidation, and environmental damage. Researching current market trends and comparing recent auction sales can help collectors determine realistic pricing expectations. Staying informed allows collectors to make smart buying and selling decisions. The United Kingdom 1987 2 pence coin represents a fascinating chapter in British decimal currency history. While it is not considered extremely rare due to its high mintage numbers, it still holds historical significance and collector interest, especially among those building complete sets of British coinage. Circulated examples typically carry modest value, but their historical charm and potential for rare minting errors make them worth examining carefully. For collectors, coins like the 1987 2 pence serve as reminders that every piece of currency has a story behind it. Whether you collect coins for investment, historical interest, or simple enjoyment, understanding the details and market value of each coin can make the hobby even more rewarding. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin dated 1998, especially when found in rusty or heavily corroded condition. At first glance, a damaged copper coin might seem worthless, but in the world of numismatics, even worn or rusty examples can tell an important story and, in certain cases, still attract collector interest. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1998 UK 2 pence, its design and features, how condition impacts value, why collectors sometimes seek damaged coins, and what this coin can realistically achieve at auction when priced in US dollars. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin is part of the decimal currency system introduced in 1971, a major shift away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. By 1998, the 2 pence coin was already a well-established denomination, widely used in everyday transactions across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The 1998 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, at a time when the Royal Mint was producing very large quantities of circulating coinage to meet public demand. As a result, the 1998 2 pence is generally considered a common-date coin, but its historical value lies in its representation of late 20th century British currency before major changes in metal composition occurred in later years. From a design perspective, the 1998 UK 2 pence coin carries the classic look that collectors instantly recognise. The obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank-Broadley, showing the Queen facing right and wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen and Defender of the Faith. The reverse displays the iconic Prince of Wales feathers with a coronet above and the German motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. Below the design is the denomination 2 pence, with the date 1998 positioned prominently. The coin is made of copper-plated steel, which explains why rust can develop when the outer copper layer is breached. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1998 2 pence coin is how it behaves when damaged or corroded. Because the coin has a steel core, exposure to moisture, soil, or chemicals can cause rust to form once the copper plating wears away. Rusty examples often show dark brown or reddish patches, bubbling under the surface, and rough textures. While most collectors prefer pristine coins, damaged examples can still be of interest for educational purposes, error collections, or typesets that focus on metal composition changes and circulation wear. In some cases, unusually severe corrosion or visually striking damage can even make a coin more desirable to niche collectors. When it comes to rarity, the 1998 UK 2 pence coin is not rare in standard circulated or mint condition due to its high mintage. However, rarity can take on a different meaning in numismatics. A heavily rusted or uniquely damaged example represents a much smaller surviving population, especially if the corrosion pattern is unusual or dramatic. Some collectors actively seek coins that show extreme circulation damage as real-world examples of how coins age over time. Others collect them as conversation pieces or for displays explaining why certain metals were later changed by the Royal Mint. Collector demand for damaged coins is generally lower than for high-grade examples, but it is not non-existent. In online marketplaces and auction platforms, rusty UK 2 pence coins from 1998 occasionally appear in mixed lots, educational sets, or novelty listings. Buyers may include beginner collectors, teachers, or hobbyists interested in corrosion effects. Demand increases slightly if the coin still retains readable details, a full date, and a recognizable portrait, even with visible rust. Coins that are completely degraded or unreadable typically have little to no collector interest in terms of current market value. A rusty 1998 UK 2 pence coin usually has a very modest price when converted into US dollars. In most cases, such coins sell for around $123,000, depending on severity of damage and presentation. If sold as part of a bulk lot, the per coin value can be even lower. However, individual listings that highlight the coin as an example of corrosion on copper-plated steel may achieve slightly higher prices, sometimes reaching $2 to $3 if the condition is visually interesting and the seller markets it well. It's important to note that these values are not guaranteed and fluctuate based on demand and platform fees. For collectors interested in keeping or purchasing a rusty 2 pence coin, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, avoid cleaning the coin aggressively, as this can further damage the surface and remove remaining details. Second, store corroded coins separately from others, since rust can spread in humid environments. Third, document the coin's condition with clear photos if you plan to sell it, as transparency builds trust with buyers. Finally, understand that damaged coins should be collected for interest and education rather than investment purposes. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1998 2 pence coin in rusty condition is a fascinating reminder that even the most common coins can have a story worth telling. While it is not rare in the traditional sense and does not command high prices, it holds value as an example of material science, circulation wear, and the everyday life of British coinage. For collectors who appreciate the full journey of a coin from mint to pocket to corrosion, this humble 2 pence piece still deserves a place in the conversation. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1985, especially when found in bad or heavily worn condition. While most collectors aim to find coins in brilliant uncirculated or mint state condition, damaged or poor quality coins can still provide valuable insights into circulation history and real-world usage. In this video, we will carefully examine the background of the 1985 UK 2 pence coin, its design and unique characteristics, how bad condition impacts rarity and demand, its auction market value in US dollars, and helpful tips for collectors who may encounter this coin. The United Kingdom introduced the 2 pence coin as part of the major decimalisation of British currency in 1971. This change replaced the traditional pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simplified decimal system that remains in use today. By 1985, the 2 pence coin had become an essential part of everyday transactions throughout the UK. The Royal Mint produced these coins in large quantities to ensure they were widely available for public use. The 1985 issue was released during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period known for high coin production as Britain's economy continued to grow and modernise. Although the 1985 2 pence coin was intended for general circulation, its long lifespan in wallets, cash registers, and coin jars means that many surviving examples now show heavy wear or damage. The design of the 1985 UK 2 pence coin reflects traditional British royal symbolism. The obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, which was used on British coins from 1968 until 1984 and continued appearing on early 1980s coins still in circulation. This portrait shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, surrounded by Latin inscriptions identifying her as Queen and Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, the coin displays the famous badge of the Prince of Wales' 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet with the German motto Ich dien, meaning I serve. Beneath the design is the denomination 2 pence, along with the year 1985. The coin was made primarily from bronze, composed of copper, tin, and zinc, giving it a rich brown color when new. When examining a 1985 2 pence coin in bad condition, collectors often notice heavy wear, discoloration, scratches, dents, or corrosion. Coins that have been exposed to moisture or buried in soil can develop dark stains or pitting across the surface. Unlike modern copper-plated steel coins, the bronze composition of the 1985 2 pence tends to corrode differently, often producing darker tarnish rather than bright rust. Bad condition coins may have faded lettering, worn portraits, or damaged edges. Although such flaws reduce the coin's standard collectible value, they also provide evidence of long circulation life, which can interest collectors studying coin durability and where patterns are in terms of rarity. The 1985 UK 2 pence coin is generally considered a common date coin because the Royal Mint produced millions of pieces during that year. High mintage usually reduces scarcity, meaning most collectors can easily obtain one. However, rarity can become more specialized when focusing on coins in extremely poor or unusual condition. Some collectors deliberately search for coins showing severe wear, environmental damage, or unique corrosion patterns because these coins illustrate real circulation history. Educational institutions, beginner collectors, and hobbyists sometimes collect such coins to demonstrate how metal reacts to long-term exposure and use. Collector demand for damaged 1985 2 pence coins is typically limited but still present in certain niches. Most serious numismatists prefer well-preserved examples, but damaged coins may still be purchased for study collections or novelty displays. Demand tends to be higher if the coin retains a visible date and recognizable design elements despite its condition. Coins with completely smooth surfaces or missing details usually attract less attention, while those with interesting damage patterns can sometimes generate curiosity among collectors or buyers looking for unusual specimens. The auction market value of a 1985 UK 2 pence coin in bad condition is generally modest when converted into US dollars. In most cases, heavily worn or damaged examples sell for approximately $216,000, depending on how much detail remains visible. Coins sold individually with clear photographs and descriptions may reach around $114,000 if buyers find them visually interesting or useful for educational purposes. When included in mixed coin lots, the individual value often drops significantly. Since this coin was produced in large numbers, its condition plays the biggest role in determining its selling price. For collectors interested in keeping or selling a damaged 1985 2 pence coin, there are several important tips to remember. First, avoid cleaning or polishing the coin, as cleaning can remove natural patina and reduce historical authenticity. Second, store damaged coins in dry, low-humidity environments to prevent further corrosion. Third, label and document the coin's condition, including where it was found if known, as provenance can sometimes add educational or storytelling value. Fourth, if selling online, use clear lighting and high-quality images to show both sides of the coin honestly. Transparency helps build trust and can improve sales potential. Lastly, collectors should focus on enjoying the historical and educational aspects of such coins rather than expecting high financial returns. The United Kingdom 1985 2 pence coin in bad condition may not be rare in the traditional collector sense, but it still holds importance as a piece of circulating British currency history. Its bronze composition, classic royal design, and long years of everyday use make it a meaningful example of how coins evolve through circulation. While its auction market value in US dollars remains relatively low, the coin's educational and historical appeal continues to attract interest among certain collectors. Every damaged coin tells a story of countless transactions, journeys through pockets and purses, and exposure to real-life environment. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1995, particularly when found in dirty or heavily soiled condition. At first glance, a dirty coin might seem unattractive or worthless, but in the fascinating world of coin collecting, even coins in less than perfect condition can tell important stories about circulation, metal composition, and everyday history. In this video, we will explore the historical background of the 1995 UK 2 pence coin, its design and unique features, how condition affects rarity and collector demand, its auction market value in US dollars, and practical tips for collectors who come across this coin. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin was introduced as part of Britain's decimal currency system, which officially replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence structure in 1971. By 1995, the 2 pence coin had already become a standard and essential denomination in everyday transactions across the United Kingdom. The 1995 issue was produced during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a time when the Royal Mint was consistently manufacturing coins in large quantities to meet economic demand. During the mid-1990s, the British currency system was stable, and coins like the 2 pence were used frequently in daily purchases, vending machines, and public transport. As a result, many 1995 2 pence coins circulated extensively, which explains why they are often found today in worn or dirty condition. The design of the 1995 UK 2 pence coin reflects traditional British royal and national symbolism. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II created by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait shows the Queen facing right, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen and Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, the coin displays the well-known Prince of Wales feathers, consisting of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Beneath the feathers is the German motto ICHDN, which translates to I serve. The denomination 2 pence and the date 1995 appear clearly beneath the design. The coin was produced using copper-plated steel, which gives it a bright copper appearance when new but also makes it vulnerable to discoloration, dirt buildup, and corrosion if the outer plating becomes damaged. When a 1995 2 pence coin is found in dirty condition, it usually shows layers of grime, tarnish, environmental residue, or dark staining. Dirt can accumulate over time as coins pass through countless hands, pockets, and storage containers. Some coins may have soil or grease trapped in the lettering and design details, making them appear darker or uneven in color. Because the coin contains a steel core beneath the copper plating, exposure to moisture or environmental contaminants can also cause early signs of corrosion if the protective layer is worn away. Although dirty coins may appear unattractive, they serve as physical evidence of how frequently these coins were used in daily life and in terms of rarity. The 1995 UK 2 pence coin is considered common due to its high mintage and widespread circulation. Millions of these coins were produced, which means collectors can easily find examples in average or worn condition. However, rarity can sometimes be viewed differently in the collecting community. Coins with unusual dirt patterns, long-term environmental exposure, or unique discoloration may attract niche collectors who focus on circulation effects or environmental damage studies. Additionally, dirty coins that still retain clear dates, lettering, and recognizable design elements are more desirable than those that are completely obscured by grime or corrosion. Collector demand for damaged or dirty coins is generally lower than demand for coins in excellent or uncirculated condition. Most serious collectors seek coins that preserve original luster and sharp details. However, certain collectors, educators, and hobbyists appreciate dirty coins as examples of real-world wear and historical usage. Some beginner collectors also purchase lower-grade coins because they are more affordable and easier to obtain. Coins that remain identifiable despite heavy dirt buildup tend to attract more interest, especially if they can be used to demonstrate how coins age and change over time. When discussing auction market value, the 1995 UK 2 pence coin in dirty condition typically holds a modest price when converted into US dollars. In most cases, a dirty or heavily circulated example sells for approximately $433,000, depending on how much detail remains visible and how severe the dirt accumulation is. If the coin is marketed individually with clear photographs and retains strong design features, it may occasionally sell for around $321,000. However, coins sold in bulk mixed lots often have lower individual values. Since the coin is not rare in standard numismatic terms, its condition plays the most important role in determining its auction price. For collectors who discover or purchase a dirty 1995 2 pence coin, there are several important tips to follow. First, collectors should avoid aggressive cleaning methods, as scrubbing or using chemicals can permanently damage the coin's surface and remove historical patina. Second, coins should be stored in dry, controlled environments to prevent further corrosion, especially because of the steel core beneath the copper plating. Third, collectors should carefully examine the coin to ensure the date and design remain visible, as this helps maintain collector interest. Fourth, when selling or displaying such coins, providing clear photographs and honest condition descriptions can help attract buyers and maintain credibility. Finally, collectors should treat damaged coins as educational or historical items rather than long-term investment pieces. The United Kingdom 1995 2 pence coin in dirty condition represents an interesting example of how everyday currency evolves through years of circulation and environmental exposure. Although it is not considered rare in traditional numismatic terms and typically holds only modest auction value in US dollars, the coin still offers historical insight and collector appeal in specialized areas. Its classic design, copper-plated steel composition, and widespread everyday use make it a meaningful reminder of modern British currency history. Every dirty or worn coin carries a story of countless transactions and journeys through daily life. If you enjoy learning about the hidden stories behind ordinary coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more detailed explorations into the world of coin collecting.